don't know, but this last one's kind of confusing to me.
What?
Well,
Have you
let's just go back to page 1.
received training regarding hazardous materials?
Go all the way back to page 1. I would appreciate the results.
Wait a minute, where's page 1?
Get the very back, flip it over. I just want to make sure we fill down the same thing.
Where's your copy?
He's not in this. He's not in this.
I appreciate reviewing the results of the EPA guideline self-inspection performed. KC facilities recently. My assumption is all is well since I have not heard from you in this regard. When can I receive this report? Well, we ain't got it yet, Bill.
Okay, and I got that. So we're on the same page on that.
Page 2.
On page 2. This, did the KC give you a list of infractions, evaluators? What documents citation are they waiting on the city? Basically, we're waiting on them for approval for us to put it in the water.
Right.
What they pour down the drain.
And Dan's got that list because I gave it to him.
Okay.
From Kenny, Steve Kenny from ETTL, that consultant that came in to the waste generation sheets. He's the one that made the list up of what's being poured down the drain.
But we still don't have no approval from the city.
No,
correct?
I've got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. And then he goes in and talks about drilling within the pass. And then he finds conflict with minor infractions. Okay, I understand that. People first, I got that. And then he comes back and says, EPA report, received a good report, and praiseworthy of Terry Huckaby, who monitors the compliance. Okay, so now, to me, the board thinks that you are the main monitor of the compliance. So that means if we have anything screwed up, does that mean that you're thrown on the bus? I think that's a question we need to ask Dan Beach, because you haven't been compensated. You haven't really been, I mean, we've been trained on how to identify stuff to do an audit, but we haven't been trained to actually take care of stuff. Have you?
No.
The only training I've received is hazmat on how to pick stuff up.
On being able to sign the manifest, and that's it.
Have you seen any other training?
No.
Okay, well, see, I have issues with that, where they're throwing you under the bus and you haven't been trained, or technically speaking.
And yeah.
To me.
Right.
And then, of course, he's talking about the Clean Air Act and all that stuff, or TACC. And then they haven't received the final refractions. And the chief evaluator said we was in good shape. Okay, the chief evaluator didn't even really go anywhere on campus, hardly.
No.
Except maybe over with you a couple of, an hour maybe?
She went to me with,
But she didn't follow me at all.
we were at, she was with us at, I think Longview, and then she left to go to Cavender's.
Yeah.
While we were still in Longview, and she made it back to campus and was calling me.
So the main EPA auditor from HRP didn't really even go in the field with us at all. She didn't go in the field with me at all.
She stayed in there at the library.
And she went to the museum with Dan.
Right.
Okay, and she went to eat. That was about it. Okay, I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
No, I didn't take her to any places.
Oh, you didn't? She didn't even go to any? She didn't really audit anything?
No, like I say, she was... Yeah, she was with us in Longview. And then, like I say, after they did chemistry, they were going to do biology, and she left while they did the biology, so she could get the Cavender's and back to Longview, back here.
Well, I was under the basic orders from Dan, was kind of, don't deny them access to anything, but don't just show them. So basically like the military, don't ask, don't tell. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the one where they said, do y'all own any oil wells? And Dad said, no. They didn't ask, do y'all have oil wells on your property? They just said, do y'all own oil wells? And Dan said, no, we don't own any oil wells. So he didn't ask, like you say, he...
Don't ask, don't
ask, yeah. If they don't ask, we don't tell them.
Well, see, I don't know how far to go into this with Dan, because I don't know what he's going to tell. So I just, and I don't want me and you to get in trouble or say the wrong thing. I want us to say the same thing, kind of, sort of, but, you know, the whole time we was doing stuff, you know what I'm saying, Dan had me get rid of that paint. You get rid of them bulbs, because you wouldn't do it. He was wanting to
answers oddballs like that.
I'm just saying, I had to make a lot of decisions on stuff he told me to do.
Right.
You know, I didn't want to bury them chemicals. I still ain't buried them chemicals.
Those things can be thrown in the garbage. We just got to put them in there a little
I
bit
don't.
at a time. No, I'm serious. That's what the Flint book says that when we went and got them from. You know, when we were going through all that stuff, those like that didn't have to be disposed of, that can be gone. The book even says those can be disposed of in the garbage. Those chemicals that we
do we have to notify the city that we're putting them in the garbage?
Probably.
In that quantity?
Well,
I know we can't throw them down the drain in that
I wouldn't
quantity.
throw the whole thing away. I would take 2 or 3 jars
No,
out.
the way I understand throwing stuff away is when you have like a test you're doing or some experiment you're doing. It's not bottles and bottles of chemicals just poured down the drain or thrown in the trash.
Right.
That can't be right. That can't.
That's right.
Okay, that can't be right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
If we had
no.
disposed of it, I mean, that's one thing, but that can't be right. So I don't know what to tell him on that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, nobody knows about that stuff in there but Dan. And I don't think
Well, Dan thinks we buried it. But I refuse to bury it. I mean, we was going to pack it in the barrel, but I'm not going to be the one to bury the damn thing. I mean, he tells me to do lots of stuff, but I mean,
you don't want to put yourself under that train.
I can say throwing, I threw like 30 gallons of paint away, which to me is bad. I can see throwing a few bulbs in the trash, which is bad. But burying chemicals, I mean, I'm not saying any of it's right. I'm just saying,
don't put yourself under the train.
well, we've been on the train. We've been on the gun, doing exactly what the man says, but I just want to make sure. Alright, so I'm past the one where it has mine and your name on it, are aware of most of the issues throughout the campus.
The one where it has mine and your name,
Yeah.
it says that we were aware of it.
We're aware of it all. Well, I don't know about you, but
We're aware of it, but we don't have any control of fixing it.
correct.
That's my answer to that one. So yeah, I'm aware of it, but
And then we get in here to where he's talking about the asbestos. Okay, well the picture showed a piece, it says non-friable. Well, non-friable means it's contained and it's not going anywhere. That was hanging off. That was the whole reason why the guy took a picture of that. So I mean, and we don't have a plan. There's no plan to take care of the asbestos. We got a survey that identifies where it is, but our whole plan is take it to Dan, and then Dan tells us to, well, first he goes and tells Dwayne, and then they make a decision based on money, whether we're going to abate it or midnight abate it, which is illegal. We've been doing that forever, which is wrong. I don't understand it, how we can continually, you know, and my question is the exposure. Who's been exposed? Everybody. I mean, looking at those pictures back there, I didn't know a lot of that stuff. Like the eaves and the overhangs, I didn't know all that stuff was hot. The roofs around here, I didn't know that was hot. We hadn't been getting people to
well, look at them roofs in quads and all that shit that fell down when they were putting new roofs on. And all
I know,
that
that's
shit.
all hot.
You sent all them
They
custodians in there.
might as
and cleaned
well
that shit
have been.
up.
To me, our liabilities are broad. I mean, just like you said, the custodians go in there and cleaning that crap up. Let me shut the door. So,
No, I said it.
and the only reason why I'm concerned about it is because me and you're on this.
Right.
He's saying we're the dudes. We're not the dudes. The way I handle asbestos is I take it to Dan. Dan takes it to Dwayne and Dr. Hoda, supposedly somewhere in there, and then they come back and tell me to get a survey and put out the bid, or basically have Murphy come over there and take care of it.
Like we did.
Now we don't do like we do where?
Yeah, I did that with Murphy and Dawson. That one time.
Which time? The last time when we had the rebels in there?
When we had the rebels and Murphy went in there and scraped that before he sent Colin over there to paint it, I was in there with a Tyvek and a mask with Murphy. I was holding the bag up while Murphy scraped it so it wouldn't fall down in the floor.
I know, but we didn't do no air test on any of that. Those girls were in there, those people were in there, and freaking Dan, Mike Jenkins, and Trey Hathaway voted. How the hell do you vote to expose the public?
Don't be quiet. That's what I'm saying. They can't put us under the bus. They ain't gonna put us under the bus. It ain't our
Well, if
problem.
we're under the bus, then they're like 10 miles under the bus, right?
We are
Okay, but now we're down to his first questions. Okay. Yes, he's talking about budgeting. Dr. Holt said, no, there's no need for more budgeting. Yes, we're going to spend more money. I only got $15,000.
Right.
Okay, the abatement budget supposedly comes out of Fund 51, which is Dwayne's play money that nobody can spend but Dwayne.
Is that...
Does the
that
EPA...
you're talking about, is that out of safety, or is that...
No, it's his fund. I don't even know if the board knows about Fund 51.
And see,
It's like a black hole fund.
Let me explain something to you also on the budget deal so you can carry that over to them. And it's the same thing that I've been dealing with. I'm getting people coming up like John Dodd. Huckaby, I got a bunch of light bulbs here. What do I do with them? So now I'm taking light bulbs from him and putting in my stuff. I'm taking light bulbs from IT department that called me and said I got a bunch of projector bulbs. All these things that are getting recycled are going through my budget.
I know. In my budget.
Well,
and see, we didn't have no money. Dan told me we got down to the last week. He waited till the last damn week and told us to freaking fix all that stuff. And I threw all that crap up and told me to throw all that shit away. I threw all that shit away. All that stuff that was at the back of the old museum, I threw that shit away.
It's back there?
No.
What Matt brought me is back there.
Okay, what Matt brought you is back there.
Matt brought
that second batch?
That whole bottom shelf is full of paint that brought over here from the Oil Museum that I've got to get rid of in time.
Okay, because I threw away like 30 gallons of paint.
Oh, in that area?
In the Oil Museum.
Well, Matt brought a whole nother truckload over here besides what you threw away. I told him to put it back there where the old paint goes. So see, that's what I'm saying. That's where
I'm just saying, there's a real conflict of interest. Dan, for some reason, thinks he can just do whatever he wants to do. And he may be fine. He may get away with it. I don't know. But that's...
right.
I just think if they're going to do these things, they shouldn't be throwing me and you under the bus. That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be the ones be in trouble.
Okay.
Okay, so EPA has jurisdiction. He did answer that one right.
Does EPA have to? Yes, they do.
All right, and then he goes, who's all being exposed to asbestos on campus?
Another thing. Let me tell you something
for 30 damn years, or 40, or 75.
Right, well, go back up to that. Does EPA have jurisdiction? Yes, they have jurisdiction, but if Dr. Holder pays attention to that closing ceremony, what Cynthia said was, if she gets all her paperwork done, sends it to us, tells us what's wrong, we correct that, send it back to her, then she sends it to Texas TCEQ.
And the EPA, both of those.
No, she doesn't do nothing to the EPA. She just sends it to Texas TCEQ in Tyler, the Texas Commission of Environmental Safety is what that is, but it doesn't go directly to EPA. It just goes to TCEQ, her documentation that she fills out and sends in.
I must have missed that.
She didn't say nothing about the EPA.
Okay. So then you got this exposed to campus during mediation. What the hell are they talking about there? I don't understand that.
Who all being exposed to asbestos on our campus pending the
well, I mean, there's pipes and stuff and everything. We're all in that.
It's all over this campus.
I know.
Everybody is.
Well, why does he say, I'm just going to get to that where he says there ain't none, which is bullshit. And what are the claims from the insurance carried for asbestos and toxic? That's up to Dwayne. I don't even handle that. That's not even HR. That's Dwayne. He handles all of our insurance.
He handles the insurance?
Yes, he does.
I thought
no.
Tony and them did.
Yeah. Needs improvement. More will be. Checked out. And then I've got this right here where it says no one is being exposed to asbestos. What they found is non-friable form. That was friable all day. And we have binders and binders identifying any asbestos and all asbestos that would, and it's been previously removed. Some of it's been removed. Some of it's been removed legally. Some of it's been removed legally. Some of it is still there for everybody to see. So what do you think the uphill doing? And the last question, go on to the last page. Identified asbestos without testing to verify.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
Oh, where'd you get that?
On the very front page. That was the last email he sent. Identify asbestos without testing to verify. Okay, well, they didn't verify it was asbestos. They just took a picture of it and said it was suspect. But it was asbestos because they had a damn picture. You got that page, the very front one? Page 1?
Page 1.
Yeah, you're looking right at it.
Identify. Where do you see that at? The first one. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Evaluators identify asbestos without testing to verify.
They didn't have to test it. It had a danger sticker on it. It's one of the 3 danger stickers on campus I've seen. Was on that one there. There's one there. There's one in the library, and there used to be one in the thing. But they're supposed to be on everything. And then it says he wants to receive the insurance policy covering hazardous materials. Okay, that don't have nothing to do with me and you. And I mean, surely they got insurance to cover the board members. I mean, every board has insurance to cover them, right? I mean, even AYSA was that little thing.
Where did this one come from?
You didn't get a copy of this one?
Evaluators identify asbestos without testing to verify. I do want to receive insurance policies covering hazardous materials in case it... Well, in the first place, board...
And then here it is on here.
The board...
Mine your name again. Dalton and Terry. I just think me and you's supposed to be made scapegoats for their crap.
I do want to receive the insurance policy covering hazardous materials in KC. That's between him and Dwayne, and I don't see why a board member should need that.
What? It's their ass.
On an insurance policy
It's their
covering
ass.
hazardous
They're on
materials.
the board. They're responsible for everything that happens here. If something bad happens, anybody can sue them too. Whenever something goes wrong,
Also, the
just one
insurance
thing, they
policy
sue everybody.
KC provides covering me as a trustee if lawsuits are threatened.
You didn't read this one? This was the one I was up shitting about because you told me it was all good.
I didn't read his questions.
You
I
just
thought
were
they
looking
were
for
the
the
same
compliment.
questions.
No. I'm just saying.
These are new questions compared to the old ones that he had asked. I was thinking those were the same questions that he had asked. I didn't even realize that till just now when you started reading them.
Why do you think I was just kind of halfway panicking and stuff? I say, hell, technically, you just told me that you helped Murphy abate the damn Dodson. I mean, what's our liability on that? We gonna just say, well, we do what we're told.
That's right.
That don't excuse it. If they tell us to rob a bank, does that mean it's okay?
No, I mean, job-wise, yeah, but you say, well, yeah, but they'll lose your job. You'll lose your job. And
there's people on here getting 11 and 12 years over this crap. Get on there and look online and Google it, and you'll see that some contractor just got 11 years for abating schools. 11 damn years.
not prison.
Yeah. You want me to pull it up? Go on there and Google it. Daycare center.
Across the state.
But he's not even that do that whole meeting. We've done way more than this guy's done. He's got to pay $19,000. He removed it from the 13 schools and 21 homes.
Okay, but was he self-contracting or was he doing it under someone else's?
He was a contractor, but he wasn't an asbestos contractor.
Right. So yeah, but I mean.
But we ain't asbestos contractors either, but he got 11 years.
But I'm just saying, he wasn't employed, so he didn't have a boss telling him to go do it. He did it on his own.
People were hiring him to do it. There was a woman on here that was giving illegal aliens cards to go and do it with no training, and she got years. There's a bunch of them here. You need to look at that shit.
Well, like I say, I ain't done nothing. I ain't done a damn thing. I ain't got no worry.
The thing is, people have done stuff. You know people have done stuff. We've been made to do stuff. For money reasons. Money reasons should never be an excuse for not abating. It's like the damn thing over at the school in Longview. So I was just telling Murphy. I said, Miss Dalton wanted that building tore down over there. She had me go and apply at the deal to get the damn thing tore down. I told Dan and her it had asbestos in it. The city was going to require a survey. Went over there. Yes, it had asbestos in it. He took it to Dwayne. Dwayne said, Dan said that he was going to give it to Dwayne and he was going to decide what to do with it. And then he was supposed to have got a survey or an inspection, either one. And then he come back, Dan said it was hot, that Dwayne was going to take care of it. Then they rocked on all summer long until it hit the press again. And then after it hit the press, then they started blaming me for not tearing it down. That I was the one that was holding it up. When it was all in the paper, where they was fighting about it, the city was saying it was Dr. Holden was saying it was the city. Well, it come back on me. And then Dan told me to go get it done because the city said that they didn't require an asbestos abatement because it was a residence. We've owned it for 10 years. So how in the hell can it be a residence? Nobody's lived in it. Okay? And then I tried to get the contractors that were over there doing the stuff to tear it down. They said they couldn't do it without a damn asbestos abatement. So then he told me to go hire somebody else to tear the damn thing down that wouldn't ask. So then I hired Jerry Powell to tear the damn thing down. They didn't. They didn't ask. They just tore the damn thing down. They didn't wet it down. All those people over there. But just because the city doesn't require it doesn't mean that.
Doesn't mean it can't. The government doesn't.
And just because Dan says it's okay doesn't mean that it's okay.
Well, we need to just sit down with Dan and make sure. I mean,
my thing is,
I know what you're worried about.
I'm worried about them blaming us.
But you're blaming. Well, they ain't got nothing to blame on me. Because all I've done is back here and got hired back for safety, and I've been doing this stuff with Waste Generations, everything.
Okay, I got one question. You just told me you abated it today, Dalton Auditorium.
That's the only thing I've done with asbestos. I'm just
see
saying.
what I'm saying?
I see what you're coming
and
from.
why did you do it? Because Dan told you to do it.
Because Dan told you. That's what I'm saying. You're not. I see where you're worried at because Dan's had you do a lot of shit.
Dan's had me do a whole bunch of shit.
I know it. I understand where you're coming from.
And every time that he gets a blockade with you, he comes directly to me to go around you.
Because I refuse to do it because it's illegal.
But you still do some stuff. So you can't do a little bit innocent and a little bit guilty. Anyway, think on this weekend and Monday morning. Come in here and talk to me and we'll freaking figure out what we're going to say. Because I'm not going to see Dan until probably 9 unless he's down here first thing in the morning. He's not supposed to be back till Tuesday, so that'd give me a whole day.
Well, all I need is to figure out what we need to do on. You say we got to have a
Plan.
A plan. Well, we're going to have to hire somebody to come in here and do that.
Well, I've been kind of reading up on it. We're supposed to do a survey every year. It's supposed to be updated. Every year the asbestos survey is supposed to be updated. That says schools, so I don't know if that applies to colleges or not.
Right.
But, I mean, that's the gray area is what flies in one place. I mean, you know, we got child care. We got a hospital. I mean, what the hell rules do I follow? the school's supposed to update their asbestos plan their asbestos survey every year.
Every year.
And do you know how many buildings we've had come and go since 1997?
Yeah.
The Crim building, Murphy done said that they did all the work over there. I didn't see a freaking abatement thing anywhere in that damn thing for the Crim building.
All the abatements I've ever seen is the ones on this campus.
So that means Murphy did all that. He already told me he did all the deck on Old Main. And they all took it to Leon Dodgen's house.
I do know that.
Why would Leon Dodgen let them take all that to his house? Why?
Just to get rid of it.
They wouldn't pay him to haul it off? That's kind of retarded.
I thought they probably figured they could just, let's just push it off over here, nobody know about it, and it'll be okay.
But I mean, if I was a property owner, it seemed like to me, and I was Leon Dodgen, I wouldn't want it on my property. I'd make the Kilgore College dump it on their property if we was going to illegally dump it.
Right.
Or do like Murphy, go around all the dumpsters, throw a piece here and a piece there, and a piece here and a piece there.
Well, all I know is my signature ain't on any asbestos document that's on this campus.
Mine is.
My name and signature is not.
But usually,
the only thing I've got here is my name being is monitoring. And I'm not monitoring anything. That's what I don't understand why he got that monitoring thing. My name ain't on shit around here. Nobody wants me to sign it.
well, I don't know how you can be hired for logistics and
Safety and logistics.
routine safety.
Routine safety, which is alarms.
Okay.
You know,
And how all of a sudden you get on this shit.
They sent me this periodic thing, and then they turn around and
I know.
they got me doing all these waste generations. I'm doing all this EPA stuff. And
Well, all I know is that Cynthia finds out that we lied to her. You've
About what?
heard her gripe and raise all hell's hell. You're going to jail.
lied to her about what? She didn't ask about that.
Oh, well, she didn't ask nothing. But we didn't tell.
We didn't. Yeah, that's the way it was going around here. They don't ask, don't tell.
Well, sometimes not telling is the same as lying.
But it's like you and Dan said, when we gave him that list of everything to look at, they went through it and said, well, we want to show this, we don't want to show this, we don't want to show this, we'll show this, we'll show this. I mean, we opened up the list to administration. They're the ones that sat there and went, no. That's like the property over here. I said, what about this property with all the wells on? No, don't say nothing about it. We gave them the list.
I know we did our due diligence.
We did our jobs.
And it may be nothing. It may just be Scooter, I'm hoping, huffing and puffing.
I think it's Scooter, huffing and puffing, just trying to find some shit on Dwayne and stuff, especially that insurance thing. He knows damn well Dwayne's in charge of all the fucking insurance. And he's hitting Dwayne up for that. And he knows daggum well that we don't have an EPA certified,
Inspector on plan.
well, I'm just saying,
a plan or nothing.
the documentation of the education of working with
I know.
EPA, stuff like that. We don't have anybody here doing that. We got me and you here that we have to get on the computer, get on the phone, start asking questions, saying, hey, what do y'all do with this? How's this done? That's like when I went to TCEQ and was trying to find out about the air permit. And that's how I met Steve and got our waste generation stuff going.
Well, it just ain't right.
They ain't gonna throw us under the bus.
Okay, you say so. Alright. Thank you for your time.
You just calm down. We'll I won't be there when you meet with Dan, if you don't mind.
Fine with me. Fine with me.
Because I'm gonna stand up to you, dude.
I wouldn't stand up to me.
No, I ain't. I'm saying, I'm gonna say, the guy was just
Doing what you
doing
said
what he was told. I mean, it ain't him going out here going, oh, let's hide this stuff, let's get rid of it, let's do it this way.
I don't have no reason to. I don't make no money off of it.
That's what I'm saying.
The only thing I'm trying to do is keep a job.
The only thing, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm just saying, if anybody ever comes up to me, I ain't saying a word. If EPA walks walks into that door right now and says, Mr. Huckaby, we need to talk to you, I'm going to say, no, sir, you need to talk to Kilgore College lawyer. That's who you need to talk to.
I understand.